There's a million things to think about in a PvP fight in Escape from Tarkov. And if you want to get better at PvP, it's learning how to manage all those things in your mind all in one instant. In this teaching tactics video, we're going to be talking about effective comms between a duo or a squad and mastering the terrain around you. I'm Jessekazam. Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. If you like this video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel. That stuff helps me out a ton. And I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. With all that stuff out of the way though, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so our teaching tactics videos are like the lessons from Beyond the Grave, but the opposite. These are plays that went really, really well, and we're going back through to kind of break down what the decisions were, why we made the decisions that we made. So the setup here is we're on customs, we're at dorms, we got a good spawn, so we're here early, and we're kind of setting up our attack, trying to figure out if this is going to be a hotspot or if we're going to rotate out. And this happens. So we'll watch the clip back in its entirety, and then we'll go back and kind of break down each stage and what went well. So let's check it out. Hold on a second, make sure Scav Boss isn't lurking.
Lurky dick. I'm gonna go drop elbow.
Metal stairs? Was that you?
Construction side or?
Construction.
No, not me. Open 3. Careful on your stairwell.
I'm out. Killed him.
Nice. Good job.
I'm coming back in on 3.
Yeah. One just came in on 1.
Okay, what side?
On front.
Okay.
I'm on 2 now. I dropped elbow.
Back outside.
I got the one that was on first.
Nice. Ooh, from 2.
From 2 story. I think those were shots from 2 story.
Yep, I think so. I'm back in on 1.
I'm on 1 on the far doorway.
Okay, I'm back on 2. Clearing 2 elbow. Ooh, that's 100% from...
I ran through 2 elbow. I dropped it into the windowsill and went through 2 elbow. I didn't see anybody. I'm right outside the guard desk on 1.
Okay. I've got the metal stairs from 2. Ooh. I saw a player, I think, coming from the back wall, like from gas station side. Yeah. Frick. Car side, PMC.
I'm gonna jump out the back window on the stairwell. I'm out back.
Okay. I heard bushes, he's close.
If you hear metal.
I hear more bushes. By the car. He's hurt.
He might be dead. I'm pushing the body. Is that you, metal?
Yeah, my metal. I'm threw a nade. I threw a nade to the wall.
No. I'm on body. He's dead.
Nice. So that was a bit of a longer clip, but that was just one of those plays that as soon as we were done with that raid, we were like, man, that was solid from every point of view. So we really highlighted, like we said in the beginning of the video, mastering the terrain and knowing how to move around. And this is somebody that I have played Escape from Tarkov with for hundreds of hours, and we have been making a concerted effort to really clean up and tighten up our comms and really get good at knowing where each other is. And those two aspects of PvP came in and married in this fight, this extended fight, and it worked out flawlessly. So, you know, I call out to my teammate immediately. We came up onto 3rd from the outside. So it's like, all right, well, let's work our way down. I want to see if Scav Boss is here. This is one of those things where like there's so many things to talk about in this fight. This is just being ready. I was looking for scavs or scav boss. I was not looking for players, but I was at the ready. I had my gun, perfect height for point fire. We got this guy right in the noggin. He had the audio information. He probably heard us, coming downstairs. I see him and just immediately start shooting when I see that leg. I'm not sure what I'm facing yet. And boom, that was a Val close range, which was really dangerous for me. But we were kind of ready for anything, and we were able to eliminate this guy immediately. Instead of sticking around, we moved to a safer position. Now I can kind of see if someone's pushing first or if this guy has a buddy. We immediately hear the metal, and you'll notice my teammate calls that he is going the other way. He's going to go out to the balcony and potentially drop down to second that way to clear this side of the elbow on second floor. We hear the metal. We call that it's this side, the construction side. So coming up with comms that let you know construction side, car side, front side, back side, first floor, second floor, third floor, any of that stuff, all short comms that give a lot of information. That's the kind of bread and butter. So I know he's on the other side. We hear the metal. He calls that the 3-story door is open. So he's on the other side. He was going to drop down to second, but he hadn't yet. So he's watching third to the construction side. He hears that door open, and I immediately know that I'm not going to be able to see him from third. And instead of going upstairs, where I will then just position myself between my teammate and the enemy, that doesn't really do anything for me because now my teammate can team kill me. So he's going to stop shooting and I render him useless. But instead, I know that my teammate can keep him outside, keep him on that metal stairs, or at least give me some information about where he is. And this goes back to mastering the terrain. When they updated customs and gave you the ability to move in and out of these windows, we use this all the time. I shoot out the window, I drop, now I'm immediately outside, and this guy is completely pinched right here. He's 3 stories up, outside with no hard cover. My teammate's at the other end of 3 shooting at him. He can't jump. He's going to hurt himself or die. He has to run down these staircases, and I can just hold mouse 1 until I've eliminated this guy. This was one of the cleanest, kills that I've had with comms with my duo. We just knew exactly what was going on. We were using the audio. We were using the cues around us. We were using our environment. We jump out. Boom. Super clean. I immediately positioned to go back inside all the way up on 3, where I know that I can be close to my teammate. He talks about hearing somebody come in the first. I think he's out either on the balcony or at a window where he saw somebody come in the front, which is what we call, what's facing the 2-story dorms, which tells us that this was probably either a 4-man or a second 2-man, that this guy was with the other guy in 2-story dorms, because the guy that my teammate's about to killed came from the 2-story dorms. So he calls there's another one on first. So I rip down to first, once again, trying to get a separate angle than the one he has. So I can now open this door and get a side angle if he hasn't killed him yet. But boom, he's just eliminated that target, and I have a perfect side angle just in case. So in that moment, if that guy had gotten the best of my teammate, I'm right there to clean up the kill. But we get the kill, and we both immediately kind of go naturally to group back up. I'm going to circle back to the back side of the building and try to get back in. And we get shot from 2-story dorms. So I rip around the building, and so now we're communicating. Okay, there's an additional person. We heard glass break. The shots sounded from far away. This guy has to be 2-story dorms. So now we kind of set up and position once again to eliminate this threat. So he starts calling out his position to me. Instead of ignoring that threat, what I'm doing is I know he's far away. We never fully cleared the second floor, or at least that's what I thought. Now my teammate right at this point is calling to me that he actually came through here in an earlier fight. So now I know that I can use this window as my angle. So here we are again, set up, ready to go, communicating where we are. I'm on second, making sure, closing this door, making sure we're in a nice, tight kind of area. And we're trying to figure out how to engage this guy, what he's going to do. Now, a little bit of time passes by, and we get a really cheeky just spot on the enemy right here. Now, people ask all the time how I see these things. Of course, I miss things all the time, and I've been there. I remember when I first started playing this game, actually being so frustrated that I would watch streamers and they would call out exactly where an enemy is, that they saw him. And I had no idea. I didn't even know where to look. I didn't even know where they're seeing these guys. Playing the game a lot will definitely practice this skill. But the more you play a map, the more you know player rotations, like where people are going to be. If this guy wants to move from 2-story dorms to 3, he knows we're there. He's not going to run in. He's going to jump out the back. He's going to make a wide flank and hug the wall because that's the least likely, he's least likely to be seen there. Well, if I know that that's the path that's least likely to be taken, I'm going to position myself where I'm going to watch some of the obvious paths and the less obvious paths. A way more obvious path for him to take would just be to come out here and run down these stairs. So I want to be able to be set up in case he takes that so I can shoot him. But I also want to be checking if he takes the less obvious path. So it's about map knowledge, player rotation knowledge, and then just looking for contrast. These trees are going to shake maybe a little bit with the wind, but they're not going to move. So I'm not necessarily looking in right here. I'm just looking at this scene, looking for contrast, looking for anything moving. So we can see this is him right here, and he just walks right along that wall. So I call out to my teammate, all right, I'm almost positive I saw him. I saw him along the wall. I've now repositioned myself. I don't think that he's going to be coming out of that 2-story anymore. So I'm looking specifically in this area now, and we see him again very briefly. You see how many times I repositioned in just this corner. You know what I mean? We were originally holding this angle where we could see everything. We were kind of in a lean. Then once we spotted him, we were holding this, which gives us a different perspective. And then when I see him, I lean the other way, and that gives me a tiny bit more right here. Boom. And there he is. I just spot him. So the movement and the angles that you can see, it's less about being able to see everything and more about giving yourself less to look at, but just being confident that that's the right direction to look. I see this guy, so I confirm that he's coming. So now instead of chasing him all the way out and starting throwing grenades, I know he doesn't see me, or he would have shot at me. I don't want to jump up here on this bed and make noise. I want to wait for this guy to come right across here. And that's exactly what he does. I hear bushes. We're calling out. My teammate calls to me that now he's jumped out of the window where I did. He's on the back side of the building. So we're set up perfectly here. We know this guy's moving this way. We know he's either trying to go to extract or come to get us. And now I can engage on him from the window. My teammate can clean up the kill. So we just kind of wait. I spot him. I'm here in these bushes. I take some shots at him along the way. A second burst of shots. I know I've hit him maybe once or twice. He's definitely scared because, you know, he's hearing glass break and somebody's shooting, but doesn't know exactly where I am. I come out and take some high ground here on these metal stairs. My teammate is just back here to the left, though, starts throwing grenades, kills him with some shots, and we're just cleaning up, making sure I get a little bit higher. I can see my teammate. I'm not worried. There was no team kill potential here. I knew exactly where my teammate was, so I didn't have to waste any time thinking, should I shoot that guy? Nope. I knew that was my teammate. He goes up, confirms the kill. Boom. We're ready to go. So, like I said, this was a bit of a longer clip, and there was a lot to break down here, but this really showcased those two things that we were talking about. Mastering the terrain, knowing the map, knowing where you can get in and out of weird spots to pinch on somebody, and really tight comms so that you know what's going on with your teammate. We still have a ways to go. There's still a lot that we can do to tighten up our comms, but I always say when you're playing with people, try to play with people that are like-minded, have the same thing. If you're questing, they know so they can help you out. If you're going for PvP, you don't want to be playing with somebody that doesn't want PvP. Play with somebody like-minded and learn these things. It doesn't have to be your full-time job. You don't have to play this game 40 hours a week to get better at this stuff. It's all just about any sort of intentionality about like, what should we call this? What direction is this from? I just team killed you there because I didn't know what was going on. How do we make sure that that doesn't happen in the future? The whole Lessons from Beyond the Grave teaching tactics thing is just, as long as you're asking the question, how do I get better? You're doing the right thing. Now just give yourself the opportunity to watch your gameplay back and figure out what you could do to get better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned a little bit from this breakdown of this fight. We definitely don't make plays like this all the time. That's why the entire playlist of Lessons from Beyond the Grave exists, where I die and we can look at this from the other perspective. But hopefully you guys learned something from this video, something that you can apply during your next raid in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If you liked the video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps me out a ton, so thank you to those that do that. I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord community is an awesome place to be. That link is down below as well. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll definitely see y'all on the next one.